You guys, I spilled my coffee on my favorite books after I filmed this video. They're just things, they're just things, they're just things. Was I crying? Absolutely. I have not posted a full YouTube video in almost a year or maybe over a year. I've mainly been posting shorts on YouTube in the past year, but I thought it was time to actually get into long form content, start posting more videos. Let's get into it. I want to talk about the books that I've read that have been my favorite in the last year. But I have about 6 books here without giving the story away. Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows is a duology that is YA fantasy. As much as I love a heavy, action packed fantasy with spice, these are actually my favorite fantasy books. I haven't read very many. So I'll start by saying that. I haven't read very many fantasy books. These are my favorite. Over Fourth Wing. I know, sue me. This is about rival writers at a newspaper, and they are writing about the War of the Gods. It's a fantasy world with magic and everything, and the gods are at war with each other. These two people, Iris and Kit, are competing for the same position at their newspaper and unknowingly communicating with each other with a magical typewriter. When I finished the second book, Ruthless Vows, I was bawling my eyes out, not because I was sad, but because the story was so beautiful and I am so in love with these characters. I mean, look at these beautiful covers, and the UK covers are even more gorgeous. I want to buy them. I've never been the type to have like different versions of a book. I want to buy the UK versions of these. If you like a cutesy love story with a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of action, this is for you. And I'm someone who enjoys spice, action, death, thriller, and this captured me. I was obsessed. I want to read these again. The next book I want to talk about is Everything We Never Said by Sloane Harlow. I got this book at the end of last year when I was trying to meet my reading goal and I needed something short, quick, and action packed. Somebody recommended this. This is about Ella, who has recently lost her best friend Haley. She is trying to figure out what happened to her while also falling in love with Haley's boyfriend. She finds her diary and realizes that Haley's relationship with her boyfriend is not all it was cracked up to be, and she's become a little suspicious of the boyfriend, even though she was simultaneously falling in love with him. Amazing. I ate this up in a couple of days. Along those same lines, I was looking to meet my reading goal. Someone recommended Notes on an Execution, and I also ate this up. This book is about a man who was on death row for killing multiple women. It's from his point of view in the last certain amount of hours of his life, and also throughout the years, different points of view of 3 women in his life. This is a very tragic story. Again, these books that I'm picking, no spice, okay? Just straight plot. Amazing. I ate this up, tabbed the crap out of it. It's a beautiful cover. Like, I don't know. This is a masterpiece. You have to pick this up if you're in a reading slump. And then I have Lessons in Chemistry. I did not want to read this book. Everybody was posting about it, and I was in a mood for a thriller, in the mood for some action. Someone's like, you got to read this book. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not really into like the romance right now. And they were like, it is not a romance. And I was like, okay, let me just listen to it on audiobook. It's one of my favorite books of all time. It is about a female scientist in the 1960s who is running into misogyny left and right. She's a single mom, finds herself on a popular cooking show where it's just her cooking and relating it to science, and it's called Lessons in Chemistry. It is amazing. I also cried finishing this book just because I was so happy for her. I am obsessed with this book. I just recently found this hardcover copy of it at Half Price Books for $5 because I listened to it on audio. I'm going to be rereading this now that I have a hard copy. We have my favorite book of all time, Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. This is a masterpiece. It's only 168 pages, very short. I also read it was the last book I read in 2024 because I wanted to meet my reading goal. Obsessed. This is a tragic story set in the 1950s in Paris, following a gay American in traveling in Paris and his tumultuous relationship with Giovanni. You learn very early on what's happening to Giovanni and the tragedy behind it. But I ate this up. I read this in like 1 to 2 days, and that was only because I had other stuff to do. I also just want to give an honorable mention to Collide and Spiral by Bal Cabra because I am obsessed with hockey romances. I don't know what happened, but I read The Deal and I've been spiraling since then. I've read at least 10 hockey romances. But this I have to give a special shout out because the stories are really good and there is brown girl representation in these in the hockey romance space, which is very rare. So I just wanted to drop these because they are spicy, they are quick, they are adorable, and that brown girl representation, I just love to see myself in a story. If you're into hockey romances, make sure you pick these up. They are so good and so cute. Let me know in the comments some of the favorite books you have read in the past year because I need some recommendations. I have my TBR card over here as if I need to buy any more books. I hope you'll come back because I'm going to be making more long form content in addition to posting YouTube shorts. Hopefully, we'll see each other again, and thank you so much for watching.